Unchanging hand, build your hopes on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Oh, you better hold to God's unchanging hand. 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 Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Glory, one day, glory. Glory, one day, glory, 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 hallelujah, glory. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome soon. And I am grateful.
Sorry about that. Whatever button decided that it was going to press itself, it's not cooperating with me today. Welcome, everybody who is joining us on LYFE. This is Melanin LYFE Month, and we are experiencing all of our good blackness. It is Black History Month, and we celebrate it, and we celebrate Black history, Black ingenuity, Black power every day of every year. And so I am one of the panelists. You know me by Coach She. Welcome to all of you that have joined us in the back on YouTube, on Facebook. Some of y'all are on TikTok watching. There's people watching from wherever, and we're really grateful for your presence. Want to add on our panelists because they are anxiously waiting to jump in on this conversation. And tonight we're going to do highlights of what's happening in Black community. And we're going to start this week with that conversation. So highlights and see where we feel as it relates to what we speak to, how we will engage in that, what direction it will take. Because y'all know us, we can go up and down and all around and still be in the same conversation, which is what I love about us. This is what us do. And so let me add on our panelists today. Adam Watson is joining us from Texas, the great state where they do big things. Sarah, what's up? Well, oh, that's a big hallelujah too. What's up? How are things in Texas, sir?
Texas is Texasin. You hear me? It's Texasin. Hell has been doing a thing. But God is on the throne, and I'll wait till Bishop gets on here because I got a question for him. But it's a pleasure to see you. How are you?
Doing good. I'm managing and hanging on by the good Lord's grace.
By the grace of God.
Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing you a whole lot everywhere, and it's all good for me.
Yes, ma'am. Good to see you.
Yes. Okay, let's add in Brianna Jackson, who is actually going to be doing our highlights and questionings today. She always got hearts and likes.
Lady Bree.
I want to make sure that heart on the inside is reflecting on that smiling face. Oh, we pulling the edges tonight. That's what we do.
Yeah, I'm looking rough, y'all. I'm looking rough. I got beat up in my workouts, but it's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. You are entitled to a day of beat up and workouts. It's okay. Listen, so glad that you're on because you were doing our highlight segment. And actually, you've been preparing us for the last couple of weeks with highlights and things that are happening. And so I'm recognizing that that's your good grace gift. Yeah. That's what you do. You keep us sober and relevant and in the know. And so I got to come up with a name for that.
She is our life news reporter.
I am.
Is that what it is? Well, and you know what? Okay, so we got to go something else. Yeah, but I'm watching. You know, when you watch and you kind of see where people are landing. She just keeps us fed with this is what's happening, y'all. This is what's happening, y'all. So she's gonna lead us tonight with that same grace, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're looking rough, but you're looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Melanin can look rough and still
Girl,
look.
You don't look rough. You look like you just got home from a hard day's work.
Well, I'll take it.
We've all seen some people who look rough, and that ain't us. Praise Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
You know what, Adam? Don't start. You live in Texas. Don't start.
Hey, look. Never mind. I'll wait.
You'll wait. Oh God. Let's let you wait. We're gonna add the other Jackson from the great state of Delaware onto the conversation, and she's gonna join us. It looks like she's eating snacks, which is unfair. But I will let you have that. Bernicia Jackson is joining tonight.
I swear, why y'all look like y'all got the same background?
Because we do.
Because we do.
We are here.
I'm actually sitting right next to Bree.
Okay. Yeah. What's up, Sister B? How are you?
Hey guys, how's my light? Is my light okay?
Right, because I was going to ask. Wait, if you sitting right next to Bree, why y'all got half and half? I don't understand.
I'm on the good side of the room.
One is light gray, one is darker gray.
Yeah, it's good though. It's
I
all good.
love it, Benicia.
Yes,
My-
we will take it. We will take it. And the bishop, I'm not sure where he is.
Mm.
He might be trying. There he go, because he probably was sneaking some food. Let me just tell on the man of God. He was sneaking a piece of chicken. That's what it was. That's where he is. Listen, he could come and talk about himself. Yes,
I'm
sir.
jealous.
I'm here, thanks. I'm here.
You know, snuck in, huh?
Listen, I'm sorry. I had to eat something. I'm
I'm
sorry.
starving too, y'all. Y'all gonna see me
I'm all
sneaking
right
in a
now.
couple
I
bites.
feel good in my soul
Well,
now. I feel good in my soul now. The Lord's good to me.
well, you know, the rules of engagement have always been that you can bring something to eat or drink. We'll keep the other libations to after hours.
If you
Yes.
don't, I just got
Listen,
to.
listen. The way that I was hungry, I wouldn't have been eating. It wasn't going to be
For
good
TV.
for the live. I wasn't going to be in there. I had to move. I had to
How
move. I
don't
was
you
hungry.
know that the rule is
I wasn't doing like
the rule is if you can't share, it ain't fair. That's
Oh wow.
now, Adam. Now, Adam. Not too long ago, you was on here. You was eating a
we're not
mighty
talking
good
about
looking
old stuff,
sandwich, and
Bishop. We ain't
Okay,
bringing up the past.
babe, let me tell you, I remember that good old pie that he had too, that he was eating out of the middle of the pie. You remember that?
So
Oh,
I was
hold
going
good.
to
on.
say it was the pie for me.
Listen,
Yeah.
first
really
off,
was.
y'all need to know that when we come to Florida, we are bringing the sweet potato pie.
Okay.
Praise God.
So I wouldn't do that to y'all.
Okay.
Okay, you would just eat it in our face and then make
It
us
was
feel.
Thanksgiving. It was
it was.
I
Thanksgiving.
didn't get no sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving though. I'm still mad about
Listen,
that.
Listen,
In Black
bring the
History Month,
food.
too.
Adam, I'm coming to Florida in April. You coming?
yeah. You're coming in April?
He said, yeah. Hold
They
on.
gotta, you know what? Everybody gotta make up their mind. First it was April, then it was June, now it's
I'm
August. and
coming
then
in April.
How you getting here?
I gotta
'Cause
be there August and
listen,
September.
the way these planes falling out the sky.
Oh no.
Listen, I
baby,
might
listen.
have to walk. I might have to
Okay.
walk.
I have no problem because number one, the first
I'm
plane
gonna start now. I'll see y'all in
I,
July.
there's
what I
only
said,
two,
Brittany.
right? Did I miss one? There's
Wait a minute,
It's
only
about
yeah,
two?
there was two
three.
Wait,
planes.
only two?
Only
Only.
listen,
Hello.
as
No, Adam, it's been 3.
there was three.
Wasn't it three?
Oh, I only knew about the two. And listen, if we're gauging airplane accidents versus car accidents, I'll take the airplanes. That was 3. There
What
are
does
hundreds and
that mean?
thousands of
You'll
them a day.
take the airplanes. What does that mean?
no, not
There
with
are
these.
hundreds and thousands of car accidents every day. If planes were dropping out the sky at the rate that cars were, we'd really be having some issues. But I'm looking forward to this DEI thing because I just heard the I'm trying to be nice. The Republican choice for president, he blamed a falling plane on DEI.
Oh God,
Yes.
please. I thought that was the most hilarious thing I'd ever heard.
And
You know what?
because I dropped off the planet after the election, I said, I'm not
Yes.
doing this no
He
more.
is so unserious.
My
Okay.
wife told me.
So wait, so Adam,
Mhm.
I want you to slow down just a second because that's going to take us off the rails. Let me just address the dates before
Okay.
we get too far. So we throwing dates out, right? So yes, Bernicia is going to come hang out with us in April. Yes. August, we are going for Kia Convocation in Atlanta/Roswell, Georgia.
Yeah,
We
I might not be able to do that.
Well, we're gonna have to talk about that. In either case, all of us, or the goal is for all of us to be at least able to get there and go, because we want to do some LYFE Forum on the ground, and our man of God, the bishop elect, is going to be set as a bishop this year. So we want to all participate in that, and
And that's
then
June.
that is August.
August, right?
August.
Okay.
Right. So remember, that's why I'm clarifying. When we were talking about June, us getting together, originally convocation was going to be here in June. They changed the dates. So we're not
Oh.
doing June. We'll do August. And then if we need to do a separate, just Miami flavor thing, we'll talk about that later.
Okay, so the dates for August again?
August 7th through the 10th, 2025. And so for those
Okay.
of you who are watching, if you are interested in joining us in Atlanta/Roswell, Georgia, listen, it's going to be a fun time. If you like Atlanta, then you need to go on and go with us. For the Floridians, it is the week before school starts. So this is your last shebang before you got to run the kids back to school. Listen, and then I think the consecration experience is going to take place Saturday or Sunday morning. In any event, we'll keep you posted as it relates to the specific details of that experience. And we want you to join us there.
Hold on. Guys, forgive me. Somebody's knocking at my door.
Yes, go ahead. And so I think that it'll be phenomenal for individuals to join us at that space. So if you have the time, let us know. Okay. And so now we are going to jump back to where Adam was starting with DEI, and then Bree, you take it from him.
Well, did y'all hear what the man said after he was talking about DEI when they asked him was he gonna go to the crash site? He said, "That's weird." He was like, what do you mean go to the crash site? He was like, "What am I gonna swim there?"
I was like, are you kidding? Are you? Oh.
Well, to be fair, never mind.
I said he's back. I said he's back, guys.
Okay.
He's back.
He's back, guys.
You all right?
I didn't watch. Okay, so I've been like you, Adam. I've been kind of disconnected from the whole news space and trying to, first of all, preserve my mental strength, because what you all experiencing, what you all are seeing on TV, we are experiencing in our mental health offices, because there's a lot going on with a lot of different people. And because we live in a very heavily dominated Latino community, there's a lot of people that are being affected by the policies that are hitting now. So the depressed and the anxious and the uncertain are coming to the therapist with all of their heaviness, and it's a lot. So I've made the choice to not engage in the news and not constantly have that in my ears, so that I'm not discouraged on a personal level while trying to serve other individuals. So I am very shocked. Yes.
Before Sis gets all into this, I was wondering, I came across the stat that said that suicide rates among African Americans are 50% lower than whites. And it started in 2020. And my first thought process was, well, blacks are used to being locked down. So, maybe it was that whites being locked down, they couldn't take it. And it made me want to ask you, do you believe that certain mental health issues can be generational, or maybe not generational? I'm like, do you believe?
Your sound went out.
Adam, your sound went out.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Oh, he was asking a good question too. And I don't know what just happened with that.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes. There you go.
Sorry about that. Okay. So my question was, I saw a stat that said that the suicide rate among blacks is 50%, African Americans, 50% lower than it is among whites. It started in about 2020. My shock was I was like, well, we're used to being locked down or somehow, so maybe some white people couldn't take it. I didn't know, but it prompted a question about mental health, and I wanted to ask you: is it possible that as a race of people, can battle mental health? I think of the Jews when they got back in the 40s. I'm thinking about us with slavery or the civil rights movement. Or do you believe that, I know that every case is different, but is it possible for a people to be impacted by a mental health issue? And if not, cool, we can move on. If that's possible, what can we do something in a physical or a spiritual space to combat that?
Okay, I'm going to answer this question because this brings us completely off topic, Adam Watson, and he always does this to us, doesn't he?
The only reason why I'm asking, because we're about to deal with melanin issues. So I'm asking from a melanin perspective.
Yes, I didn't follow. Yes, we have a lot of, and I wish I would have brought that content up for us to be able to see. But I will, maybe in the next couple of weeks. You can have generational experiences that impact people in a mental perspective. Why? Because our soul it houses all things spiritual, religious, economic, professional, whatever we design. So sometimes, Adam, we take this tendency and we say, can we address it from a spiritual perspective? The spirit aspect is housed within our soul. When we look back at the book of Genesis and we talk about what God did with Adam, if you refer to that, it says he breathed into his nostrils, he breathed into his mind, and he became a living soul. In that soul houses spirituality, emotionality, our career space, all of those things, those 8 dimensions of wellness that we have highlighted, it is housed in the soul. The soul is not, the spirit reference is not outside of that soul experience, right? So when you think about that, you think about individuals specifically in our melanin culture that have experienced generational trauma as it relates to how we have been engaged as a people, how we have been transferred over from the transatlantic slave experience and all of that. What we experience in one generation typically can get passed down in energy and in language to the next generation.
Okay.
So Dr. Joy DeGroy, and I'm going to pull up a video probably for next week because I want us to watch it if we're going to talk about more of the mental health spaces there. She did a phenomenal job of talking about how the influence of post-traumatic slave syndrome is still very present in the African-American cultures today. It shows itself how we treat our children, how we talk to them, how we empower them, how we have taught religious things, influence them. For instance, and one of these examples she used was so powerful to me because I remember my grandmother saying something to me similar. In one of the examples, there was this white woman that was celebrating a Black woman's son because he was intellectual, he was smart, he was always this, and he excelled. But the Black woman was conditioned to say, oh, he's all right. He just does this normally. And you could see in that same picture that the boy's demeanor started to regress. It's because that's what we learn, right? And so how I related that, when I saw that, I said, I remember my grandmother when we used to go down south for the summers. And, I used to always say to her, I was always smart mouth. Y'all pray for me. I still am. Just learn some things, right? I used to celebrate myself a lot. I still do. But my grandmother, when I went down south one summer, and I said, oh, I'm beautiful. I know I look good. And my grandmother quickly said, you should not refer to yourself in that way. You should let others celebrate you and not yourself. And I never forgot that statement. And it comes from our religious backdrop that says you're supposed to humble yourself. Let other people speak well of you versus you speaking well of yourself. Well, here in 2025, we're now dealing with individuals who can't look at themselves in the mirror, who cannot celebrate or appreciate themselves without thinking if this is wrong or if this is right, because I really should wait for somebody else to compliment me. I shouldn't compliment myself. it transfers, and we do it to our children unconsciously because that's what we've learned. And every one of us fall back into our default until we intentionally say, no, it's okay for them to celebrate themselves because we are people that were not celebrated, not by others. We were envied by others.
Wow.
And so, and then taught us, and then we were taught, you're nothing. You're nothing. Don't be too big in this world because that can be, it's traumatizing. It's systemic until somebody catches it and says, this was wrong. I wasn't wrong. So hopefully that answers your question.
It did. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Bree, take us wherever you're taking us tonight.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm currently releasing gas.
Which ends?
What?
Ends.
I'm like, where?
I was like, did I just hear her say?
Yeah, I was.
That's
a life moment.
Sorry.
Save that moment. That is a comedy reel.
It's better out than in.
That's what my mama would say.
I was burping. I just wanted to tell my good brother Brian, don't kill me now. I'm eating oxtail egg rolls.
Oh.
Yeah. Oxtail what?
Is oxtail good? Really
Ooh,
good?
that's
Yes, it is, baby. We got to get you some. We're gonna get you.
You never had oxtails, Adam?
Oh,
OMG.
Oh, you gotta get down
Have
here.
y'all ever thought about eating? Have
Or
y'all
you gotta
ever
get
thought
up
about
here.
eating a tail?
I mean, that could go
Leave
a
it
lot of
alone,
ways.
Bishop.
You know,
Leave it alone.
I got nothing to say.
Bree, get your spot back, Bree. Get your spot back. Adam did that. Bree, actually, Bree, you
Bishop
did
did that.
I walked right into it.
Bishop did that.
I did.
Oh,
Okay.
Bree started it.
When we have a
Go
free
ahead,
flow
Bree.
life, a free flow life. This is what happens.
God.
Brianna Jackson, what's
It's gonna be great. This is gonna be great. So, just want to cover a couple of things that's been going on. Sorry, y'all. Something is up under me. Okay, I found it. Now, we all know that obviously DEI has been taken out of everywhere. You know, certain companies are choosing to keep DEI and or get rid of DEI, and then there's this whole movement. You know, our melanated cousins are not going to acknowledge and or purchase anything from these companies, deal with these companies and all that other stuff. But I think that that's just like a whole general thing. Excuse me. So one of the latest things I found out going on in our communities is, you know how we have chat GPT that everybody is always talking about. So, well, we have a chat black GPT.
Really?
Yes, we do. This is going on first. Let me double back. We have what we call, you know, what has just arise. We have what we call the 92 percenters. This is you know, they're referencing black women in this whole 92 percenter thing. So the term 92 percenters refers to a collective identity among black women symbolizing their power, unity, and impact. This term has gained traction on social media platforms, particularly among black women, to highlight their contributions and resilience. So it's rooted in the idea that black women make up a significant percentage of the population, often around 92%. It's used metaphorically to emphasize the collective strength and influence of black women. So now we're referencing the beautiful black women as the 92 percenters. So Chat Black GPT was created by a 92 percenter. Woohoo!
Okay.
Her name is, wait, let me see, Erin Reddick. And she wanted to bring an innovative approach to challenges with racial bias and artificial intelligence. And she wanted to bring cultural awareness to artificial intelligence. So you can easily just Google Chat Black GPT and it'll give you the opportunity to be able to create a login and all of this other stuff. So that way you can utilize that instead of using the regular Chat GPT. that has cultural bias. So another thing that's been going on that
I'm sorry,
has,
Bree. Does this have an
yes,
app too? Is
I'm
it an
not
app
sure
or
if it
just
has
on the
an
website?
app. I'm not sure about the app.
Okay.
I know that you can look on the website. We can probably also share the website on here for anybody else who basically wants to know. Coach, you still have the site that I sent to you? Um, so Coach will go ahead and share that with everybody. And for anybody who's watching that would like to use Chat Black GPT, Coach actually, as soon as she found out about it, what was it that you asked about you asked something about women in professional settings or something like that, I believe.
I asked, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I have been on
Chat Black.
Black Chat GPT, and I have done a full therapy session on there.
Yeah.
Listen, Chat GPT, let me tell you why this was so important, especially for the Black chat, because I've been on Chat GPT. I can't use it for school. Let me hold myself accountable, and I don't. However, we in the mental health field, we use a lot of little AI spaces in order to help people manage through their weekly spaces because we can't see people every day, right? They are on weekly schedules or biweekly. Man, this Black GPT, I always get the letters wrong. I mean, it blessed my whole life because it spoke to me about me from me.
Right.
The wonderful thing about AI is that the interesting thing rather about AI is that it can only produce back to you what you put in it. Right. And so it's really interesting to just kind of see how it responds to you based off of the information that you put. And then it defers you or refers you to seeing a professional, regardless of if you've gotten information there that you need. It's really interesting. But I recognized how powerful this tool was because a lot of people are concerned about being replaced with jobs and all of that. I had a particular client that said to me, I said, what did you like the most about this? And they said that it was me speaking to myself.
Mm.
Said, woo, how powerful. Because there was no other parties, there were no third parties, there was no outside bias. And for them, they could receive the information because they heard it in their own language. Now, that was so powerful to me. Interesting that Black GPT is out. I'm still trying to find the website so that we can pull it up here and we can add that to where you are.
Okay. Another thing that has, I don't know, this thing just blew up within like the last week. Everybody's familiar with Different World, I would hope, the sitcom, so we know about Hillman College. Well, now we have an online HBCU named Hillman Talk HBCU. This was also created by a 92 percenter. Her name is Dr. Farlow. She's actually a professor for Intro to African American Studies. Oh my God, she talks about is his name Mansa Musa?
Yeah, the richest man
And
ever, richest
yes, so
black.
she speaks about him, the African slave trade, and well, it's she tells you about everything that she's going to be teaching with this class. So how it goes is Hillman Talk is an HBCU. It's an online HBCU, and it started on TikTok. It started on one day. By the third day, so many people were enrolled in this HBCU that they had to create a website. The first TikTok ended up getting hacked. And now you actually go on the website, you get to enroll, and it's like they have a student union. They're already talking about mixers that they want to have, like the first, like the meetup mixers for people who are attending this college. And they already have professors. They have so much criteria that you can learn from, things that You can learn about gardening. You can learn about mental health. You can learn about homesteading. You can learn about, it's this one lady, we have so many people that speak about wealth, but one person in particular, she speaks about IRS tax codes and how you're able to pay less taxes legally. She used to actually work for the IRS. And it's so many professors. It started off with a small group of women. Now we have professors ranging from women and men who have education in whatever it is that they may be teaching. Anything that you can think of, they're teaching. It's something as small as knowing how to do people's nails. Like anything you can think of, you can learn. They're on the website, which let me make sure I tell you guys what the actual website is. It's Hillman Talk, HBCU.com.
Okay, hold on. Do it again. Hold on. Hillman Talk.
HBCU.com.
Okay.
On there, you can go and enroll. The enrollment is more like a Google form. And then it's going to ask you what you're interested in. People are enrolled in millions of classes. So how the classes go for you to be able to attend, your professor will actually tell you the days that they're going to be teaching because they teach live. And you just log in. For people who don't have TikTok, because I know a lot of people with everything that happened earlier January, people ended up deleting TikTok. You can actually utilize YouTube. Some of the professors have YouTube. And also people, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Discord. So they use Discord to be able to give you your syllabus. Like I'm talking about, you actually got discussions. You actually have homework. Like it's real, but it's absolutely free.
Brianna,
Yes.
when I tell you, so before you jumped out and posted it, right? I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, first of all, I'm in my brain saying, where have I heard Hillman? Hillman is not a real class until I thought about the Cosby Show.
A different world.
So phenomenal, number one, right? You've got number two, PhDs and many leveled credentialed individuals that are giving back to the BIPOC or specific African American community. Things that they have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn.
Yep.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn. Right? And they have decided, my baby is in here yelling for whatever reason, and they have decided to go back and say, we're going to fill our community for anybody who wants to learn for free. So they have completely removed the educational gap.
Yes.
Now, will people get credentialed for it? At this point, I don't know if
they're working on it.
Right. But I think that there can be some levels of certification that they can have because we're watching the swing of education change. And so here was and I want you all to speak to this and think about it. My only pause with it was, will people, knowing that this is free at the caliber that it is given, actually now say, I'll attend it?
Yeah, people are attending. I'm telling you, it's so real.
I
They
love
have
it.
thousands of comments, like, and I'm not talking about, like 1 point whatever K, like these professors, when I'm scrolling on TikTok, like I have different professors that always pop up, oh, welcome, hey, this is such and such 101, and you see the commentary is at like 40 something K, 40.2 K.
This is ridiculous. I'm scrolling through this right now, Bree.
Yes,
this is crazy.
It's real.
This is without the actual degree. This is a whole education for free.
Yeah, no,
this is university stuff.
Yeah, it's an actual university.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, an actual university. They've been recognized by Essence. Mm-hmm. I can also send y'all that to where at least Adam, you can see, like they even have on Essence, when you scroll, certain professors are on there letting you know what they're actually going to be teaching for Hillman Talk.
This kills demographics.
Huh?
It kills the demographics, like how many We're only going to let this number of people into the college.
Mm-mm.
White people, like everybody can be a
Everybody.
part of this. Can be a part of this for free. I guarantee you, and you'll probably find this out because before us, Bree, there's going to be a fight against this.
Oh, it's already starting.
It already
Y'all
started.
already have people. What is it? It's not trade. Is it trademark? Yeah, I think it's trademark. That was starting to seem a little funny. Like that's why I said it. It ended up getting so big. Within 2 days, they had to recreate a TikTok page, and then on top of that, had to create an online page because their stuff was getting hacked.
Jesus.
And then apparently somebody was trying to trademark Hillman Talk HBCU. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what people try to do. You're trying to fight against something that's already God ordained, if you ask me. And these women and men have entirely too much education for it to even go as easily as you think it's going to go for you to be able to pull this from up under them. I'm
Right,
just saying.
because that's the thing. I think, you know what, this feels like it is the next added extension from meetups. You remember when people started doing meetups, and they're still doing them, and they're
Mhm.
meeting in coffee shops or in living rooms, and
Mhm.
it's apostolic way all day, right? Where small groups are coming together and they're expanding. Technology just adds another leg to that. In my heart, I'm like, I hope that as many people that will and can, they will take advantage of the information, because sometimes it's not about the credentialing at all, especially how things are moving. There's some pieces that are available there, from the mental health space to the financial wealth space to learning how to get a home, all of that you can take back to communities, your families, your whole generation, because they'll come to a family reunion and they'll
Mhm.
trust your word. And so it's such a duplicatable model. This thing was so powerful that what
Yeah.
you said, the 92 percenters
The
started.
92%ers, my love. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, I've been looking at it right now on TikTok.
No,
I'm
That's
like,
it's
this is
crazy.
real.
amazing.
Like, I'm so amazed. I see a different professor every day. And I just be sitting there just staring because I'm just like, I don't
And
know,
Bree,
know
you don't
myself.
even like school like that.
Listen, to be learning from somebody that look like me and they have all these accolades, and it's
Tell you.
free. It's
Isn't that
free.
a huge thing? Talk about that. Talk about representation in these
The
areas.
representation is great. And the simple fact that it's just, I think for me, I'm so excited because it's mind blowing. And me being a black woman, period, we are at the lowest of the lowest of the lows. Like that's how people see us. Our black men at the bottom, but not as bad as us. Not as bad as us. At the end of the day, we're always the one that's left alone. We die alone. We raise the kids by ourselves, and we're doing stuff. We carry people at work. We carry people at home. We carry people spiritually. We carry people at the church. We carry people in the community. And I just feel like the saying goes, the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. So
Yeah.
to see these black women, because the thing is, first of all, after everything happened with the election, every melanated person threw up their hands and just like, all right, you know what? At this point, we done. We just done with all you dummies. We just gonna chill. We gonna relax. We're not gonna do nothing. And then these women turned a negative into a complete positive. And the thing is, even in us always being mistreated, we're willing to share the wealth with everyone. Because we could be nasty.
Oh my God.
Hello? Because we could be, listen, I'm not delivered all the way in that part. Because if I was Dr. Farlow, you're not getting in. You're not getting in. But I'm just saying, like, the simple fact that good is it's already etched in our hearts. Like, we literally are God's people. We can't stray away from that. It don't matter how much we try. So it's just I'm grateful and I'm thankful that these women came together and it's become an entire movement. And we don't have to worry about the whole Black Lives Matter thing where they feel like people are stealing money, because no money is being used for anything.
Mhm.
It's everything that's going on is literally the only thing it's costing you is your time. And although it's extremely expensive, why not utilize your time to be able to learn something that's going to help us become a better people in a better community?
Bree, that's an infomercial. That's an infomercial for Hillman, and it's an infomercial for Black people. Listen, on Sunday, I was watching this thing about the Black church, and they were talking about how when we came out of slavery, that and started moving into the church thing, that all the Black men were, they were leading the church, but the Black women were being pushed to the side. And
Mm-hmm.
one guy said, you know what I learned? He said, I should have only talked to Black women about the state of America. He said, because the Black women they're the only ones who have to watch everybody. They have to watch the white man, the white woman, and the Black man. And so
Mm-hmm.
when the churches began to grow and began to step out into evangelistic spaces, the Black woman, the Black mom, would be out there telling her husband, go do this, I got the family. Go do this, I got the family. And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, men further lost their ways on how to minister to the family. So when you said that, it just reminded me of that. And I promise you, what you just said about how powerful this thing is for Hillman and for Black women, that's an infomercial. I'm just saying.
It is. I just feel it's just all. I'm very proud. I'm just very proud. I don't feel like we. I feel like we do everything with grace, but I don't feel like the 92 percenters get enough recognition for the things that they do. Although
Explain
this
that one
may,
more time. 92 percenters.
yes,
Explain that.
explain it. Oh, let me go back and read it so I can tell you. The term 92 percenters refers to a collective identity among Black women, symbolizing their power, unity, and impact. The 92 percenters term is rooted in the idea that Black women make up a significant percentage of the population, often around 92%. This number is used metaphorically to emphasize the collective strength and influence of Black women.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yes.
You know what? Let me say this before, because I got to jump off, because I'm going to teach another class that's not free. But I was jumping on Hillman talk, right? The idea, I don't know. First of all, I'm glad that we can have this conversation amongst each other and not have one gender feel slighted over the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that is so powerful, because I am always advocating for the fact that we need our men.
Yes.
Listen, the idea of family and our togetherness is too important for us to continue to fight of separation with all of the things that have happened over the years, with disconnection, prison, drug addiction. We lost a generation of men, and we still feel that loss today.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm loving the fact that we can have this conversation. Number two, the election took a lot out of the 92 percenters,
Yeah.
because it's that Generation X, which I am one of, that I was telling Brian, that we tend to hold the middle. We tend to carry the bridge for a lot of different things. They'll either jump from a baby boomer. Now watch what's in the White House now, a baby boomer and a millennial, but the bridge is not there.
Yes.
Right. So that gap speaks a lot to what is not being represented. And so sometimes it can be disheartening, because our hearts, that gap generation, we were latchkey kids. We were always helping. We learned to cook at 5 and 6
Mm-hmm.
because mama had to work 2 and 3 jobs. We were watching our siblings. We were running economies before we were 10, and management was
Powerful.
what we had to learn before we were 10, 9, 8 years old. And so there's a lot of that experience that we live out, and most times it's classified as, okay, boss out, being aggressive, all of that. But it is those same skills that are needed in a lot of different aspects that are not appreciated. And we ultimately get labeled the angry Black woman.
Always.
It is unfair. It is unkind for you to want to walk over the bridge and not at some point think that the bridge needs something to keep it sustainable. It's unfair. It's unkind. And I am glad that we are having this conversation tonight. Even if I am jumping off, keep talking.
Loving
Okay,
it.
my little 92%er.
Come on.
No,
I'm one of those.
My great 92%er.
I'm one of them. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll see y'all on the other side. Yes, ma'am.
Have a good one. Jesus. But you know, if you took a moment, if we took a moment and just put tied a bunch of white people to a chair and slapped them consistently for about 36 hours and then let them go and said, don't be upset. Don't be mad. That's unbecoming. Then they would know how it felt. You know what I mean?
They're angry not built Black to woman, endure long suffering.
The angry Black man. It's like we're not supposed to be upset about what happened. Oh no, we can be angry. You know, that sinning part is the fence for me. And sin not. I struggle with that. I'll be honest, but I struggle.
Yeah, but I think it's more so of women. Black women not even being angry and always being labeled as angry.
That's what makes y'all angry.
Yes, like for instance, with me at work, I was in a certain area for work, and two of us share the same last name because we all speak to each other and call each other by last name because that's the way we're supposed to speak to one another, being in our positions. And I wasn't in the area for a while because I was out on a detail for work. So when I got back, everybody had expectations for me to act like the other young lady. And they would ask me like, oh, Bree, why you not doing this? And I'd be like, oh, because I don't do that. Oh, you mean? I was like, why am I mean? Or the simple fact that they would call me her name and I would tell them, I'd be like, that's not my name. Why are you so angry? Why you got to be so difficult? I'm angry and I'm difficult because I'm asking you to address me by my name. But if I called you Francisco and your name Juan, or if I called you Carlos and your name is, I don't know, Martel, what's the difference? But I got labeled as the mean one, the angry one, the one who always has an attitude because I just didn't stand for certain things. It's even, y'all know, in workplaces, it's slick comments get made, or men and both women can say, certain things to each other. And it's just like, I'm not somebody who's like that. You're not going to disrespect me, speak on my body parts. You're not going to say anything sexual to me. Like, I'm not like that. So it's like, can you please refrain from speaking to me like that? Or it's like, okay, that's kind of disrespectful. And it's like, because I'm just speaking my mind, and I don't even remember the last time I yelled at work. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't remember the last time I've yelled at work, and I got labeled as somebody who was extremely mean and angry, and it made me cry a lot.
But I've never known you to ever have to raise your voice to get a point across.
Exactly.
Like, I don't ever think I've ever heard you yell before, ever. But you get people together real good.
But the thing, and that's the sarcasm in it for me, because I know that my words can be piercing. So for me to even speak louder, it's at this point, just jump off the cliff, baby, because it'll make it worse for somebody. And I know how I can offend people. I know how I can make people feel. So it's like, just.
Hey, Bree, let me ask you a question. So these people at your job, right, were expecting you to take it, or they were expecting you to be like do what the other person did. Is it your understanding from a place of personhood or from a female? Tell me which one.
What would be considered personhood?
Oh, no, you didn't even let me answer my question. But
maybe I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
so that's fine. So here's the question: Do y'all, all three of y'all, do y'all believe it is necessary for you to have to teach someone how to treat you, teach someone how to address you? That's all three of y'all. I'm wondering.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, Bishop.
Yes.
In my 42 years of living, you got to train people how to treat you.
You do.
Okay.
Because for me, I've ran into issues with treating people how I would want to be treated, but they're not comfortable with that. It may be too much or it may be too little.
Okay.
So I would say, yeah, me treating someone the way that I want to be treated, and then it's like on top of that, nothing gets reciprocated. So now you feel like somebody's treating you like trash. When at the end of the day, I never actually had the opportunity to communicate that with you about what I would expect from you.
Wow. Okay. That's real good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, regardless, Black women are always considered to be angry.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think I had to hear the answer from you guys first, because to kind of really get the full understanding of it. I know for me, sometimes you get tired of I get tired of explaining myself.
Mm-hmm.
I get tired of teaching. I do.
I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you'll don't worry if you get out of line, you'll catch it.
It doesn't pay to be kind though, and I think that's another thing that people aren't kind, especially to the melanated individuals. There's always some type of bias that comes against us. It don't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. There's always some type of bias, and people tend to forget that we're human beings.
Okay, Bernicia, you were saying something about over your 42 years. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I have to train people how to treat me. Like, and I learned that from my grandmother. she said, baby, you gotta train people how to treat you. Because me personally, like I've overexposed myself to people. So people just was like they was young bowling me. If y'all don't know what that means, I'm gonna break it down for you. Yeah, like yeah, like okay. Okay, now B, now you gonna go over there. Okay, now B, you gonna do this. Okay, what you asking me? What you telling me?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say you gotta train people, yeah, okay. Well, Bernicia, I already know that Bernicia is coming. Bernicia is not coming. Bernicia is not gonna just show up. So you thought I was gonna be there at 7? Oh, okay, I wasn't there. Now what? Well, Bernicia, you weren't here last night at 7:00. We didn't see you. Well, did y'all ask me to come? Did we have that conversation?
Yeah.
We never had that conversation. Oh, okay. Next time you might want to ask me. Okay. Take that mental note.
Write it down.
You know,
write that down.
I have these moments with people sometimes when they will be like, Adam, you need to do this. Why? Because everybody else does it this way. And I'm like, but I'm not everybody else. But it'll keep the peace if you do it like everybody else. And I'm like,
we're not a monolith.
Be not conformed to this world. That's my scripture. I find if I find an easier way to do it and I can get it done faster than you, more efficient than you, and it's the way it needs to be done, then why do we keep on doing it? It's because, Adam, if you do it if you do it in a different way and it works, then somebody else is going to try to do it in a different way and it'll work. And I'm like, and what is wrong with that? Is efficiency no longer needed. It's technology, you know.
Yeah. Hey, Bree, Miss Calandra
Yes.
said, do you need me to talk to your co-workers for you, Miss Bree?
Miss C.
Because she like to carry. She like to carry her pistol, you know.
Miss C, you do not have to talk to them. I've honestly, God has looked out for me because it got to a point where it became stressful. And I was like, Lord, I'm getting to the point where I'm waking up and not wanting to go to work. I don't like feeling like that because at that point, that's when all my PTO get used, all my sick leave get used, and then I don't have nothing when it's time for me to do things. So in that, I ended up getting a promotion, and then after my promotion, I got placed on a team, and then even after getting placed on my team, I'm starting a new detail where I actually don't even have to go to my actual job site anymore. So God is good.
God is good.
Yeah. So no, Miss C, you ain't got to do nothing to nobody. Please don't hurt them.
Yeah. So Bree, what's next on the list?
Okay, so I just had one more thing that I want to talk about. It's kind of sad. Well, is it? Forgive me, Lord. No, it's not. Okay, so all in all, it's a story of something that just recently happened. This young girl, her name is Aaliyah. She's 10 years old. Yeah, she and her mom went to Walmart. Her mother purchased the 75-inch Samsung TV. She went and she she purchased it or whatever. Obviously, this lady cannot put a 75-inch TV in a Walmart bag. Hello, goodbye. So she had her receipt or whatever. She was about to walk out, and the receipt just so happened to slip from her hands, her purse, her pocket, whatever the case may be. Aaliyah and her mom are melanated cousins of ours. And, the greeter at the door wanted to be able to check the receipt. She said, oh my God, it must have slipped. Let me call the cashier who I just rung out with. Cashier came and spoke to this individual. The greeter was of Latin origin. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. They weren't melanated. We'll put it like that. They weren't melanated. So the young lady went and got the cashier. The cashier verified with the greeter that she in fact indeed did purchase the TV. The greeter did not believe her, started trying to create a commotion, and the lady just went on about her way. She saw somebody outside who she was asking to help her. It was a gentleman. She asked to help her to get her TV lifted into the car, and the greeter basically kind of sort of came out the door, but I don't think he followed her all the way to the car. Next, we have a white female officer that pulled up and jumped out of the car already on 30,000, not even on 10.
Yeah.
And she decided to put her hands on this young lady. She decided to cuff her, and even while she was cuffed, she punched her in her ribs or something like that, to where it ended up taking her air out of her. So she completely passed out.
And put her in a chokehold.
Yes, and she put her in a chokehold. And little Miss Aaliyah was in the back seat the entire time watching all of this commotion. Child, Aaliyah went to that glove compartment and got that thing. She came out that car and she pointed that weapon at that officer. Do you know that officer actually reached for her weapon? And Aaliyah popped her right here. Killed her. And they booked Aaliyah. They booked little Miss Aaliyah. And they booked her mother. Now, Aaliyah went to go because her mom was still on the ground, passed out, but she was cuffed, and she was trying to wake her mom up. Everybody else got there. They got booked. The baby got a mug shot and all, y'all. A mug shot and all.
Unbelievable.
But they were released. Nothing got charged. No, nothing like that. And I think they're actually doing something to deal with this greeter at Walmart as well.
Yeah.
Because this greeter was doing too much.
So they went back after booking the mom and the daughter in jail. They went back to check the tape, and thank God Walmart got video everywhere. So they were able to see that the cop used unnecessary force way beyond the scope, like from the door, from like you said, Bree, getting out the car, she approached the mom and the mom with her hand on her gun immediately. And this cop is only 26 years old.
Yep.
It was a female, and like Bree said, she attacked her, knocked the wind out, and choked her out. That's what made Aaliyah get out the car, and they said that her mom taught Aaliyah how to use the gun safely.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Let go of my mom." And the part that got me, Bree, was the fact that the cop was about to draw her gun on
I
a
didn't like
10-year-old. I could not believe that. And the little girl put a bullet in that cop's eyes. And I hate the fact, like, I know at some point Aaliyah's going to feel some sort of trauma from that.
Of course.
But can you imagine what Aaliyah had to watch before it made her get out the car?
Right.
Lord. And so at the end of the day, the family now is suing Walmart.
Absolutely.
The guy, I think his name was Trevor McCaffrey or something like that, something wild. But what he did was, when he called the cops, he said the woman stole a 75-inch and she assaulted me.
Yes, that's what he said, that she assaulted him.
Yes. He added
and that was a complete lie, clearly.
And so we know he's losing his job. But Walmart's coming up out their pockets. They're coming up out the
wanted to do away with DEI.
Wow.
Look at that. Full circle.
I'm about to say something.
I'm concerned for the baby.
I'm absolutely concerned for her too.
She took somebody's life.
She like I guess my it's almost a no-win situation, except for the fact that Aaliyah and her mom, they're alive and they're safe and they're going to have some income coming to them. But to have a 10-year-old say, this person is going to kill my mommy if I don't make a move.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Like, and does this make it easier for her to pull a gun if she's in another situation?
Right. Like,
that's scary.
It's like it's opened the door.
That's scary.
You said open the door?
I'm sorry.
I said it has opened the door for like other things. Like,
what you mean by other things? Like for Aaliyah?
Because of the trauma from this, it's gonna have to have her mom's gonna have to like reprogram her. Like she might not be able to keep that gun in her car anymore, because anytime she sees her mom, like even having any kind of exchange with somebody, okay, mom, let me keep the gun again. Like, I mean, I'm glad that I can't say I'm glad that she shot the cop, but
you're glad she protected her mom.
That she was trying to protect her mom. It's unfortunate that she was put in that position.
Yeah.
But then she would have been somebody who, regardless, trauma would have been there on either side. She would have had trauma from her mother being hurt by this officer and or being killed by this officer, or on the other side of it, obviously having the trauma that she's dealing with right now. So regardless, the baby would have had whatever trauma. At the end of the day, if nobody poses a threat, there is no reason to be able to do anything like that. An officer's job is first to always de-escalate.
Yeah.
It is always to de-escalate. And as long as you're already escalated, it'll always end badly. It's just unfortunate that she had to lose her life. But this officer also is somebody who has had several complaints and everything against her for the way that she has treated people.
Yeah.
Wow.
That guy who lied to the police
needs to be arrested.
Right.
I mean,
voluntary
not just fire, but he needs to be arrested.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because none of this would have happened if he just went about his business after he was told and confirmed by the cashier that yes, this lady came through the line and yes, she paid for the TV.
Yeah.
After that, bro, like you don't even get paid that much.
You don't.
Doing a lot.
You don't. Listen, I worked at Walmart, and when they would put me at the door, listen, you can run past me with 25 TVs. I'm not chasing you.
Like, come on,
My $12 does not cover that.
I worked at Sovereign Bank, and what they taught us, they said, listen, our money is covered. We're insured. If somebody comes to you and they want the money, give it to them. The video cameras got them, and this is not your money. Our money is not worth your life.
Okay. Like, sir, like what you want it in 20s? You want it in 10? like how like what you need?
You need it in a bag?
Like what you need? You want me to wrap it up for you? Listen, go ahead.
Baby, I'm gonna stay to the left. Let me just move this way because I'm not doing it, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. Baby, go ahead. Just go ahead. As fast as that cop pulled up because she thought I stole it. They got you out here. Don't even worry about it.
Everything is a powder keg right now. Everything. Like we're back in the saddle. We're back to full speed ahead.
Well, we don't got no eggs.
From 4 years ago.
Yep.
We're back in it.
Yeah, we're in the second term. Like the last 4 years didn't matter.
Yeah,
that's true. Where's the eggs? Yep. And did y'all see that one of the egg trucks actually flipped on one of the highways?
Yeah, Steph told me.
Not one of the egg trucks flipped. That's what
eggs. Listen, eggs then discovered its worth, honey. Eggs said, y'all out here slaughtering us, putting us. Chicken said, y'all out here slaughtering us, putting this on your table. Listen, y'all gonna pay for these eggs. I went to the market and that thing said $15.99.
Hold on, free. Was that for one carton?
Yes.
Hey. So Bernicia, right? She's paying 15 for her eggs.
A dozen? Like
we just for
like 12?
We just paid. Yeah, we just paid $8.
$8 where?
Oh, that was the deal. No. That was the deal and the steal. Y'all should have bought all of them.
Hold on, because where we at, we a little bit in between.
Okay.
And where I'm at, none of our stores up here even have eggs.
Oh my God.
We don't have no eggs.
Those were the highest eggs that I seen. They were $15.99. They the lowest that I've seen were $9.99. Listen here, little chicken. I'm gonna buy me a chicken.
I'm gonna buy a chicken.
At this point,
right,
just buy me a chicken.
Don't even worry about it.
And just do your thing.
Well, listen, Hillman Talk will teach you how to farm.
I saw that on here too.
Well, let me go ahead and sign up to Hillman Talk and go ahead and get my lessons in. But I think that's the benefit of and really in just like closing for all of this, and I want you guys to give some closings for it as well. I think that shows the ingenuity of just us as Black people.
Yeah.
Because although I know it's interesting times and we could be upset about it, we can be angry about it, but I believe at the end of the day, we know how to survive through any level of calamity, of any level of corrupt government, and we just know how to do it because we've been doing it. I think the issue always is that you kind of get tired of it, but you know how to put it you know how to do it when you have to.
Yeah.
We thought things were going to be different. We thought things was going to be a bit better, and not saying that the other piece was going to be amazing, but it wasn't going to be this. But you know, so you know, but we stand on the shoulders of Black women and Black men who were able to make it work, and we gonna make it work too. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. But now we're going into Black History. Thank you, Bree, so much for what you did tonight and pulling all that information together. That's some really great information, and I'm glad that we're making headway. The 92% is making headway for us.
Period.
In these with this Black GPT and this Hillman talk. I'm definitely going to be looking at those definitely. But Black history isn't just making Black history right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Black history is continuing. So yeah. So let's we're gonna dig into Black history some more this month. You guys have some final words?
My main thing is resiliency. I think that if it's no other word that could ever describe the Black community, we're very resilient. Like,
yeah,
this project 2025 is to try to take us all the way back before 19 whatever. What is it, 1913? Probably some before that. Take us all the way back before Abraham Lincoln, and through it all, we just continue to move with grace and to create safe spaces for ourselves and continue to endure anything that they would consider long suffering. Black people are amazing. We're amazing. Look at the gold in y'all skin.
we amazing.
We're more precious than gold, huh?
We don't apologize for it. Me neither. I love being. Let me listen. I
Y'all
love
are
being
amazing.
Yeah, there's times I say I love being Black. I don't want to be nothing else.
It might be a little dangerous sometimes, but that's what make it good.
Right.
That's what make it good. So those are my final words. I love y'all, Black people. I love us. We're great.
I just wanted to say that them $15.99 eggs that I saw was a 18. It wasn't for 12. It wasn't for a dozen. It was for like 18.
The 18 count?
So
was ours.
Yeah, 18
$7.
count.
$8, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's they done got us, y'all. Listen, I need y'all to start your farms. Get into agriculture, guys. Log into Hillman Talk.
Wow.
Listen, and you know what I think is beautiful thing about the Hillman thing is that it can kind of pay. You're not gonna get like
is it shots
college
fired,
professor salaries, but you can still get sponsored on TikTok. Like if they have a strong enough following and like with their lives and things like that, they'll get funded for as long as we have TikTok. I don't know how long that's gonna be. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what the rest of this month looks
Absolutely.
like.
I'm wondering about the I think that probably from the time that Kamala got asked to run instead of Biden, there has been absolute warfare against the Black woman. It's spiritual warfare. Some people don't see it. I ain't mad at them who don't. But the warfare came against the Black woman. Oh my God. If we get her in, then she'll begin the process of enacting policies that begin to fix from the bottom up, from the babies up. And so that's one of the things. My other thought was today I was working on a project and I was looking for a video, and every video that I was seeing, y'all, was black. And I said, if people saw this one, then I'll be considered racist because I'm putting up all this black stuff. Maybe I need to find somewhere in the middle, like some white people, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden it hit me. This is how they get us to turn on our own pride.
Absolutely.
And I'm sitting here and I was like, oh my God, I'm going all in because I am proud, completely proud of my Blackness. Wouldn't want to be anything else. But the offense of them seeing all this black, like why? And I realize it's like when we do black pride, they go, why are you doing black pride? But they live white pride. Or I almost feel like every other race in the world can be proud of who they are with no comebacks, no clapbacks, except for us. And I'm like, y'all about to be real mad, because I'm feeling like Aaliyah right now. You know what I mean? Feeling like Aaliyah right now. I'm heading towards my glove compartment to pull out my gun. And it's like I found out that that everybody hates us for our melanin skin, but our melanin is what protects us from all types of diseases that hit other races.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, take the time out and listen. Don't just be black proud. Be proud of who you are, and that's for everybody. But don't hate on other people for being proud of who they are. And your pride in who you are should never make you downplay or hurt somebody else. Mm-hmm. We have to be so careful of that, because I realize when I don't have pride in myself, kind of sideways, I'm kind of like diminishing what I saw my mom do and what I saw my grandmom do, what I saw in my grandparents and my ancestors and what they've done. I dishonor them if I'm like, nah, I can't do that. So as we go through like this month, just remember, like prophetically, there's a war against the black woman. I mean, I know there's war against men too, but there's a war against the black woman, and our sisters, our mothers, our teens and queens, they need us to pray for them. Mm-hmm. They need us to pray for them, because they have to give birth to the next generation. And whether that next generation comes out wounded or they come out stronger than ever, it's going to be based on the prayers we send up for them. That's all I got.
Yeah. And that makes perfect sense, Adam, because and as black men, we should not be offended or feel less than because of that. Because first of all, what I've always noticed about black women is that they've never not wanted us to take our place.
Right.
That's absolutely true.
And it makes sense why they would be under attack, because they've always wanted us to be the head. But we've got to understand that they are the spine.
Absolutely.
They are the thing that holds it all together. And the attack comes on the spine because once you break the spine, you ain't got nothing. You can't move. You can't move. You can't move. You can't do what you need to do in order to progress forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that one thing that I will say before we head out is, brothers, we got to protect our black women.
Please.
We got to protect our black women.
Please.
Yeah.
We got to hold them down like they hold us. We got to hold them down like they hold us down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Bernicia. Thank y'all for being such amazing, beautiful black women. I see y'all, my sisters.
Absolutely.
My sisters, I see you, and I love you, and I honor you.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah. And for every black sister out there, I see you, I love you, and we honor you as well. Yep. All right, guys, that's our time. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Till next Tuesday, enjoy this Black History Month. We love you real good. All right.
Wakanda.
Forever, baby.
You have to tell me twice.
Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace.
Y'all know what that is? It's amazing.
Evolution Church, South Florida would like to invite you to worship with us. You can connect via our second Sunday virtual community or meet us in person for our fourth Sunday experience. Both begin at 3 p.m. sharp. Remember, this is the place where we explore, expand, and evolve. See you soon.